I have been using the Nintendo new 3DS and the Nintendo new 3DS XL for the last few weeks, and to be honest with you, I have been quite surprised by how good these handhelds are in 2026. You might think they're outdated now, but to be honest with you, with regards to the features and the portability they give you and some of the exclusive games, they're absolutely amazing handhelds to have even in 2026. Now we have handhelds such as the Switch 2 and PC handhelds such as the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus. This is by far the smallest handheld I've ever used and the most portable, and to be honest with you, I'm quite shocked at how portable this device really is, because I've never really used a handheld this tiny with two screens and joysticks and all the buttons that you would expect, plus a touch screen, and on top of that you get a nice 3D effect, which is so much better than I expected, especially considering this is over 10 years old and it had this technology which even modern handhelds don't have. This I can comfortably put in my pocket. Now look at this new 3DS, is actually smaller than my 7-inch phone, and in some pockets I actually find it easier to have the new 3DS than my own phone, which is absolutely amazing. Now in terms of thickness, yes, it is a little bit thicker than my phone, however overall it actually feels a bit lighter. The new 3DS XL is a bit bigger than the 3DS. Well, actually the 3DS XL is quite a bit bigger than the 3DS, and even though it has a slightly bigger screen, because the screens are such low resolution, I preferred using the 3DS and looking at the 3DS screen. Just look at the new 3DS in comparison to the latest handheld by Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch 2. Just look at how portable this is. It's insane. And when you compare this to PC handhelds such as the MSI Claw 8 AI, you can almost put 4 or 5 new 3DSs next to each other in order to give you the same size as the MSI Claw 8 AI. The other thing to consider is the battery life. Now, I wasn't expecting much of a battery life on the new 3DS, but to be honest with you, I was so surprised, because even though this handheld is so small and light, both of these can give you battery life of around 3.5 to 7 hours, which is absolutely incredible. Even the new Nintendo Switch 2 that hasn't been around for even a year now can give you much less battery life compared to this, which is so much older and so much smaller. The other good thing about the Nintendo new 3DS and 3DS XL is that their batteries can be very easily removed from the back and replaced with newer batteries. So in case you do want to change the battery, you can easily do it in under 5 minutes. Another really great feature about the Nintendo new 3DS XL and the Nintendo new 3DS is that it comes with a slider on the right, 3D slider, and basically, well, as you can see, it's currently off, but if I turn this on and you give a few seconds for your eyes to adjust to the screen, I can see now that everything on the screen, on the top screen here, is 3D. It seems like there is depth to the screen, so seems like you're looking at a proper 3D screen without even having to wear glasses. And also the volume on the left hand side here is actually nice and loud, so in terms of the screens, now as you can see, the screen on the 3DS XL is quite a bit bigger than the new 3DS. So just to show you guys the size comparison, if you look at the top screens right here, it is quite a bit bigger. The screen on the new 3DS is over 3 inches, on the XL just less than 5 inches. So if you look at this image right here of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, looking at the screens right now, I can tell you that actually the colors on the new 3DS, at least to me in my opinion, look slightly better than the XL, and the image is just sharper on the new 3DS compared to the 3DS XL. Another thing to consider about the screens is that there are two different screens. Now I did have a look at the IPS screen in person and compared it to the TN screen, and it wasn't that much of a difference. The blacks were a bit darker. The main difference of the IPS screen is that when you tilt the screen, the viewing angle is much better than the TN screen. If you want to make sure you are getting an IPS screen, then one of the things you can do if you're buying the 3DS is look for an app called 3D Silent, open it, go to hardware. Now if you look at the top screen, it's telling me that the upper screen is a TN and the lower screen is a TN. Both the 3DS and the 3DS XL do come with a stylus, because the bottom screen is a touch screen, so you can, you know, very easily use the stylus like this. Let me show you guys a bit of a gameplay. Now, BoxBoy is one of my favorite games to play on the 3DS. It's also available on the Switch 2 and other Nintendo platforms. However, I prefer playing it on the 3DS. So let's see how the game performs on the 3DS. So in this game, all you have to do is just move BoxBoy around through many different obstacles. So let's just see how it works. One of the things about this game is that I couldn't find this game on Steam store, so it seems like this is you know, exclusive to the Nintendo platform. So basically you just move around through many different levels and try to figure your way out to the door. So in this level, what I have to do is I have to open this thing right here, but in order to do that I have to jump over here, but I can't jump because I can't jump that high. So what I have to do is I have to use boxes and then throw the box and then jump over the box and then unlock the door. So is the Nintendo new 3DS and 3DS XL worth getting now, even with newer handhelds such as the Switch 2 and the Claw 8 available? Yes, definitely, especially the new 3DS, so much more portable, and it has a lot of exclusive games such as The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time in 3D, which are not available on any other platform. So definitely a very cool device to have. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.